So the reason I'm giving a talk is RCOS has grown a great day. So this talk was originally prepared for spring 2011. That's when some of the students wanted, but some of the students and alumni wanted me to present something. The reason I'm also presenting is, see, first, I work with the students, so students expect something from me. So I work in a department, so the department members expect something from me. So I'm also a conduit to the prospective employers, so the employers expect something out of this. So, and the administration, I have to deal with the administration, not me alone. Dave Goldschmidt is also heavily involved. You have to deal with the administration about each time some money comes, I have to go through different hoops. So I interact with a lot of people, and each time I say the RCOS is doing great things, so you shouldn't have questioned anything about RCOS to me. But then they come around and say, no, RCOS is not doing something good, something has to be improved. So whatever I'm giving this, you take in that light, because in my mind RCOS is doing great, but we have to convince a lot of others to do that we are doing great things. So with that scenario, I will make this presentation. So the end goals, as Jesse said, is we have to collaborate. That is the most important thing. So you may be a master of this. There are some people who really know everything about everything else. So, but you need to collaborate and make everybody else great. So try to interact and make everyone at least learn a few more things from you. So each one of you have something to contribute. So RCOS is a community, that's the most important thing, and it is an open source community. So the people the institute looks to us. If they have a problem, they come to us. So that means RCOS has gotten a reputation that we are a helpful kind. So we should continue to do that to the RPA community and to the community at large. So this is, again, the way you collaborate. Use Slack. So previously we used to have an IRC, but Slack, mailing list, blog, the key to communicate. So there is at least you should look at a large code base. So that is one of the things many of you may not know. Bob Ingalls used to be the executive officer in our department. So I used to have a lot of discussions with him, and he used to say that we never teach students how to look at huge code. So that is one of the drawbacks of computer science education. That's what he used to say, that there is no one course which teaches them how to look at huge code base. When you go to an industry, that's what you will be doing. So it is a good practice. At least go and look at the code. I can name a few code bases that you can easily contribute. If you're an expert in Python, there are lots of Python packages which does wonderful things. If you're an R expert, there are lots of R code that you can contribute. Same is true of C, C++, Java, lots of things you can do. So even though you may not be directly contributing to the code base for your current RCOS project, at least take a look at it. And if you want some connection to RCOS alumni, they're all working great things with you. Those of you who know PyPy was developed from RPI, RCOS. WebKit has an RCOS RPA connection, and many other things. And again, it's important. So the last time after the career fair in the fall, somebody said, some of the RCOS students didn't do anything. I said, no, I don't believe you. The RCOS students means they know everything. So when I say that, please make sure that you increase your knowledge. If you're already an expert, learn something or teach somebody to be an expert. And again, don't feel bad that you are willing to seek help. I always, whenever I program, I'm in trouble. I know a few RCOS alumni with whom I can chat anytime and I will get help. Including this summer when I was writing a Python code to do some spreadsheet manipulation. I had time pressure, I needed help. I sent a chat message to 2 people whom I can rely on, RCOS alumni, 1 person. So I had few exchanges, then one RCOS alumni immediately gave me the answer, so I was able to solve this problem. So don't be afraid to seek help. Everybody seeks help. And so when you seek help, you should be willing to help and mentor others. So when you receive a code, you should be able to give out some code. So how many of you are contributing to Stack Overflow? How many of you? Okay, you should look at Stack Overflow, contribute to Stack Overflow. That's your reputation goes high if you do Stack Overflow. So when I was doing R programming last spring, I had some difficulty, so I went to Stack Overflow, get flamed at first, persisted, then forced me to think some more, and I was able to solve the problem I was attempting to solve. So the end goal is you have to be technically competent, especially if you are at RPR, you have to be technically competent. There is no excuse for not being technically competent. I'm sure that most of you are technically competent, but I should also hear from, I should not keep repeating that you are technically competent. I should hear from prospective employers and say, oh, yeah, the students, the RCOS students are fantastic. Okay? So again, it does not mean, RCOS does not mean, so these are all some of the complaints I hear from the department. I'm doing this RCOS for an easy A grade. No, that I don't want to hear those things. And this free money that prompted my spring 2011 talk is somebody said RCOS is free course, and some of the RCOS students got very annoyed, and then they complained to me that it should not be the case. So these two, I'm hesitant to even mention this because by mentioning not easy grade and free money, I'm devaluing your work, but do not take it because these are the complaints I get from others. So that's the reason I'm mentioning this. Okay, so the project is already Jesse mentioned. Check whether the project is meaningful. The user base, this is what we used to say, will you use your project? So you are not, whether you are willing to use it. So that is what started a project with somebody in 1990, a graduate student at Cornell. He is blind, he could not see, so he developed an audio-led program, and the aim of that was, if I develop that package, I will certainly use it. So he has one user, and then eventually he won the best doctoral dissertation award and so on. So you should have at least one, you should be willing to use it. So some of the packages that we developed, I was willing to use it, I still use it. Okay, the other thing is we have the talents. Nobody has the talents to start with, but you get the talent, you work hard at it. So the last thing, I increased the font size and made it bold is the commitment is the most important thing. You have to have commitment to do the work. So it's not easy thing, but you have to keep at it. So you do not know how frustrating it is for me. I keep working at New York Times crossword puzzles. I want to graduate. So when I started, my son said you should do crossword puzzles so that you don't bug others. So I started with Monday. I was doing reasonably well on Monday. Then my son said, no, you're getting good at Monday, try Tuesday. No, Tuesday is hard. No, try Tuesday. Now, Tuesday is easy. I can do Tuesday. Then Then last time you said, you should try Wednesday. So right now I'm doing Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, and so on. So nothing is easy, but you keep at it, and then you will certainly be good at it. There is nothing like committing your time to do the work and getting good at it. So, for example, why I came late to the class is there is a big problem with my computer, and I had my mail server is not working, so sat with it I had all the frustrations for the last 1 week, but hopefully it will be done by now. So, okay, when you do that, seek help, but also you should be willing to communicate about your project. So you should be willing to give a talk. When we say do a poster session, be the first one to do the poster session. So volunteer work. Somebody says, volunteer your time for the accepted students day, go for it, and then explain. Hopefully you will convince somebody else that what you're doing is very cool. So UGRS is already, I'm putting a plug. The undergraduate research symposium is sometime in April, I think, but the deadline will be March. I expect many of you to go at undergraduate research symposium. Dave and I will try to help you. Blog post. So when I said blog post, write blog post. So usually whenever I say something, I have to do myself. So each week, I try to write a blog post of what I learned from you and what my own impressions of the different things, my own interpretations. Nobody might be reading it, but at least I will do the writing so that I have done my job. And when I write, one of my jobs is to write an annual report. I have all the relevant material. Okay, this is the project partner is the another important thing. Whenever we have a group project, again, this is the complaint I heard from the department. So some projects are there's somebody in some member in the group project, they are not doing any work. The rest of them are doing most of the work. That should not be the case. Try to learn something, have a daily meeting or a weekly meeting, some chat messages, maintain a project calendar with your partner, share it with your mentors, so that now you have a mentor system, hopefully that will work. Okay, and whenever you take a project may look very, very big, but if you break the project into many tasks, you should be able to do it. So you should be experts in at least 2 or 3 different areas. So now we changed at least 1 per blog. Now we look at least you should do 2 or 3 per semester. And publish your source code. So I know, did you get message from me about Google is coming next Thursday? Did you get an email message? So that's why the companies all the time come and ask me, I want to meet with the students because I know they have work. And so make sure that what I say to them, you are the best students that RPA can provide for, make sure that you're all good. That if they found you not so good, so they are going to come and complain to me because some of them I know them very well from their RPI days or elsewhere. Okay, so there's have a timeline for your project, milestones at the end of every 2 weeks. At least even small milestone would be good. Need not be a huge milestone. Have a small milestone would be good. Again, learn as many new technologies as possible. Only when you're young, you can learn as the new technologies and learn to adapt to new tools. Don't have a closed mind. That's my own preference. Don't have a closed mind. So if you're given some task, some tool, you should be able to use that tool to accomplish it. Better yet, develop your own new technology than new science at the end of the war or at the end of the, so you will be able to do great things. So for example, if you look at it, one of the things that we did in 2000, I think in 2000, my student and I developed a markup language for graphs. When we did that, it was, as usual, I didn't have that much confidence, my student didn't have that much confidence. Now the systems biology people are using it, and that is one of the widely used graph markup languages. So if they use it, then more glory to it. This again, test bugs, right? Unit tests as much as regression tests. When they go to industry, that's what they've lost. So they document your assumptions about the data. It would be good if you can try to extract useful libraries out of your code that could be reused by others. So then lot of people will. So the reason I'm doing this is this is the mission from our own. So this is the ultimate goal, this is what Sean O'Sullivan did when he donated money. This is what we have to do. This is what the center is supposed to do. Even when you do little things, it might help. So I need not tell about past Arthur students, I have been telling this again and again. So they're all doing great, they have all done great things. So your job is to maintain it. Okay, so this is the final advice. If you don't ever copy the code, if you, these are all the things, no, if you copy the code, attribute, try to read other people's blogs. I read most of your blogs, I read most of your blogs, try to understand. So try to get help. Okay, this is the birds from the alumni. So these are all the things that this is written in red because they wanted me to emphasize this. Best standards. We should hold ourselves to highest possible standards. So we cannot go anymore. So achieve the best we can. And the last one is again, it's not by me, by the alumni. Don't open the laptops. So the question is, when people are talking and if you open the laptop, it's okay if you do it in classroom. That's what most people do. But here you are doing it for your own pleasure. So I at least try to listen and so on. So again, my aim is to make sure that all of you do an excellent job. It's not to say that, so I'm under pressure, and not me, Dave and I are under pressure from the department, from the school, and from the employees. So this is what we are, so this is just a reminder, do your best and seek help.